After braving the roads of Vietnam, surviving a self-drive safari through Tanzania, and almost meeting my maker on an Icelandic volcano, I decided to face my ultimate challenge yet: navigating the sheer romance of France? I am very lucky because my girlfriend is one of the best in the world at what she does.
Und der ist schon gut, der ist richtig gut.
So she gets to compete in the so-called Olympic Games. Never heard of them, I'm more into American football. So while she was off preparing for the biggest sporting event in the world, I was tackling something almost equally crucial: recreating the long, outdated trend of my favorite director. After we had soaked up enough Olympic-themed Paris, we made our way into the lovely French countryside. Our first stop would be home of one of the most famous painters in history, Claude Monet. It really pays off to book a time slot in advance because the line was enormous when we arrived in early noon. For us, it was just a bit too crowded and way too hot to really soak in the atmosphere. Make sure when you are there that you arrive early and that France doesn't suddenly turn into Arrakis. So, after a couple of hours, we packed up and headed for the ocean. After the garden, we quickly made our way up to Etretat because we wanted to spend the sunset on the beach, looking at the famous cliff formation. Also, I apologize for butchering all the names in this video. I was the only idiot in my class that took Latin instead of French. Our stay was rather short-lived. We came, ate delicious French food, walked around for a bit, and then just sat and marveled at the gorgeous sunset. On our second day, we wanted to stop by the town of Honfleur on our way to Bayeux. Honfleur is well known for its picturesque harbor, which we looked at in all its glory, and then just leisurely strolled through its winding streets. I can already tell you that was pretty much our strategy the whole trip. Drive somewhere pretty and look at the pretty thing we drove there to see, and then just have a nice walk around, eat something we usually wouldn't eat back home, and just generally get a feel of what the area is like. After lunch and a hefty parking fine, we drove to Bayeux. The town is well known for its association with D-Day and, among other things, the beautiful cathedral in the middle of town. Half expecting a hunchback to come and swing around some gargoyles, we went and grabbed a bite to eat. After we stuffed ourselves with the best pot of mussels we've had our whole trip, and trust me, we had a lot, we walked by the cathedral again, and as luck would have it, there was a beautiful light show scheduled for the evening we were there. Bayeux is also the starting point for most of the D-Day tours because of its close proximity to the landing beaches. It was the first French town to be liberated by the Allies after all.
And here, as you can see, there is nothing left from this Mulberry Harbour because in June, from June 19,
Visiting the American cemetery and the landing sites was something that was on my must-see list from the moment we decided we would do a road trip. Seeing all those places in your favorite movies and TV shows just isn't the same as actually being there in person and feeling the weight of what had happened there.
so they arrived by landing craft, okay? While the first men were climbing the cliff, other rangers were shooting at the Germans who were shooting at those who were climbing. These pictures has been taken at the end of the day, so those men are American, but hours before, those men were German. Sunday, June 22, during 3 days, a huge storm. The second wave of men, 90% didn't make it. And the third wave of men, 90% didn't make it. So at 10:30 in the morning, Omar Bradley, who was the main general of that place, said, "We are going to stop."
Being from a country that had also many men die way too young in some French field, we also wanted to visit the German cemetery. I can only recommend that you visit it as well, maybe just to get a feel for the scale of death on both sides. Every travel video guide, book, or Parisian hobo will tell you if there's one thing you should see in the north of France, it's Mont Saint-Michel. On the day of our arrival, we used the remaining time to check out the abbey from afar. It really looks like a fairy tale castle rising out of the sea. Oh, and also I smoke pipe now. One thing I can wholeheartedly recommend is the tablet guide you can rent. These things can really be hit or miss, but this one was really good. The combination of visual and audio interaction was really well done and keeps you engaged throughout the whole walkthrough. Overall, the Abbey was a really great experience. As for all major tourist attractions, there are known downsides as well. Yes, it's incredibly crowded. Yes, for a croissant you will have to take out alone. Yes, you have to deal with a lot of French people. But you know that beforehand and you can mitigate it by just showing up early. Get on one of the first buses in the morning and then you can enjoy a pot of freshly steamed mussels by lunchtime somewhere else. So, we left Normandy for Dinant and entered Brittany, clearly visible by the new shitty map. Our path to the destination for the day required a small but essential sightseeing stop containing sand between our toes and sugar in our blood. The city of Dinant is what I picture when I think of the quintessential medieval French town. Steep cobblestone streets, beautiful half-timbered houses, and well-preserved churches. It really felt like you stepped into a different era.
Vicina spunterà una porticina, sono ubriaco come un balcone. Se il mio occhio non mi inganna, farò soldi anche panna e li apro. E sarai la prima cosa bella che farò. Ed avrai stella che non c'è, la stella del cammino. Sì.
After Dinant, we headed further west pretty early because this cute little town called Pontrieu would be our last stop before heading back the very same day. The town is known for its beautiful canals and especially for the lots of flowers that decorate the houses and bridges. It's very picturesque with a real village in bloom vibe. We booked a boat tour and learned about the history of these wash houses. Or rather, the others learned because, well, it was all in French. Nevertheless, it was really charming, and when all the flowers are in bloom, you get an array of beautiful colors. Afterwards, we had breakfast in a cafe, bought a painting to remind us of our adventure, and headed back east for our last overnight stay. Before we flew back home to a beautiful but landlocked country, we spent our last night at a beach town called Cabourg.
De Montmartre à Notre-Dame, un monde entier sommeille. Mais au premier rayon de soleil, au premier rayon de soleil, au premier rayon de soleil, le Paris village s'éveille.
Personally, the rudeness of the French doesn't quite scratch my adventurous itch. So for this year, I have something more special planned again.